on the southeast corner of the mall towards one of the entrance doors on the outside of it. Apparently a male and a female, both in their early 20s, were shot. Both received injuries and were transported to IMC. The last I heard, the male was transported in critical condition and the female's in serious condition. There were 3 individuals involved in the shooting, or 3 suspects. All 3 of them fled south originally from that entrance exit from the mall. At this point, there's officers still looking for them. They are currently still outstanding.
Do you guys know their identity?
Right now, as far as I understand, we do not know their identities. We have descriptions of them. As far as we know at this point, just dark pants, wearing light-colored hoodies and or sweatshirts. And that's really about it. The investigators are continually looking into every avenue that they can to identify them.
Is this gang-related?
It is possibly gang-related.
Do we know what kind of firearms they had?
At this point, I don't know.
Do you know how many shots were fired?
I don't know that either. They're all securing the scene, and they'll start looking into the amount of shots and trying to identify the weapons. But right now, I just don't have that information.
What store did this occur in?
It actually occurred outside of the mall, on the east side, toward the south end of it, toward the mall entrance.
Do you know if this was targeted at anyone in particular? Or
Too early to tell right now.
once something like this happens and you all respond, it seems like a really big response. A lot of effort goes into getting through all those stores. How did that all play out today?
Well, what happened is once an information or a call comes out like this, where there's a possible active shooter, which thank goodness at this point, under the definition of that, this isn't. We had officers from agencies all over the valley respond. The idea is to try to lock down the mall as best we can. Don't let anybody in, don't let anybody out, and make sure that we can get in and start searching the mall and looking for possible victims, possible suspects, anything that may aid us in the investigation, or locate anybody that needs any kind of medical aid, or again, like I said, suspects. Once that is taking place, we're attempting to release people slowly from the mall that we've discovered are not injured in any way, aren't witnesses or possible suspects. And then they're allowed to leave the mall, depending on what was set up beyond that. We have a lot of employees in the mall, whether they're adults or whether they're juveniles, that were possibly going to get picked up from the mall. They've set up a reunification area into the around the Taco Bell. They're at the corner of 6100 South and State. So if anybody has an individual they were supposed to be picked up or called, they should be located there. Also, once they complete the search of the mall, about 4 o'clock, they're going to allow the employees back into the mall to try to give them a chance to gather any personal items or anything of that nature. Right now, the mall has been completely locked down. Officers from all over the valley have gone in, searched that. No other victims were located, no other suspects were found. And as far as I understand, there's no evidence of any shootings taking place inside the doors itself.
So this was outside on the east side for the southern entrance. What kind of proximity to the mall itself? Along the sidewalk outside or out by the road?
I don't know. I know what I think, but I don't know well enough to tell you.
Officer Bass, some of the witnesses described a level of panic as people tried to get out. Was anybody hurt, minor injuries or anything trying to get out of the mall you're aware of?
I have not received any information that there's been any injury other than the victims of the shooting itself.
And could you describe that one more time? Because there was a man and woman who was shot.
A man and a woman in their early 20s. As far as I know right now, one of them is in critical condition, the male. The female's in serious condition. Other than that, I don't know anything about their injuries. I don't know. Yeah, they're taken to IMC.
Is there, I apologize if you already addressed this, but what should the public know as far as, we've got 3 suspects on the loose. Should they stay home if they live near the mall? What should they do is the biggest question.
Yeah, right now, it's a little difficult to say. We have 3 suspects on the loose. It looks like if it actually was gang-related, then anybody living in the area does not have any personal concern. However, if they see anybody that is suspicious in their area, they know their neighborhood and house much better than we do, please contact the police department.
There was a car accident on the way down here on 700 with a bunch of officers around. And do you know if that was related?
I don't know.
Is there a danger to the public? Are you telling people to stay indoors, or what do you want to tell the public as far as danger?
As far as I know right now, there's no danger to the public. If it in fact is gang related, like it's being investigated as a possibility, then the public should not be concerned.
Some of the workers and the customers inside were talking about how everyone who worked in the store seemed to know exactly what to do and really jumped into action pretty quickly. Is that something that you all drilled for here?
I believe the mall has done a lot of, I don't know if it's necessarily training or discussion with the stores in return have spoken with employees. The police department has worked in conjunction with the mall to try to work out a system if anything such as this occurs.
Do you know about how long it took to clear the mall?
So what happens from here? Are you guys going to be actively pursuing the suspect until they're found? What happens from here?
Right now, the investigators are looking at everything: physical evidence, any possible surveillance in the area, any information from witnesses. I mean, right now it's early, but gathering as much possible information as they can, so that they actually have enough information to start pursuing a suspect. And yes, this will continue.
Do you have any idea who this suspect may be?
I don't know.
You know the status of if the mall itself will open to the public, like you mentioned, the employees will be back in at 4, or is it shut down for the rest of the day?
I don't know.
Do you have any description of the suspect?
No more than I gave just a few minutes ago.
So, so 3 suspects, 1 vehicle, do you know? Or multiple vehicles?
You know what? I don't know anything about a vehicle.
Okay.
Anything else that you want to add or that we may have missed?
Nothing that I can think of right now.
Thank you, officer.
Okay, thanks. It's Officer Kenny Bass, B-A-S-S, Murray City Police Department. Quite all right.